Some professions look outward. They build, manage, and innovate. Others, like the circus or a legacy business, ask us to look inward at how we perform, how we lead, and how we endure. In this final episode of Management Voice, the audio edition, Issue 3, we explore two very different spaces, the evolving world of circus arts and the enduring values behind the Tata legacy. One is in search of reinvention. The other reminds us how to hold on to what matters. There's a certain magic to the circus, not just the lights or the aerial acts, but the idea that something chaotic, unpredictable, and brave can still come together as a performance. For Professor Dr. Abhilash Pillai, the circus is more than nostalgia. It's a profession, and, like all professions, it's in the middle of reinvention. He begins by reminding us, circus is no longer just about the tent or the trapeze. It's about storytelling, technology, ethics, and experience. From Cirque Éloise to Cirque du Soleil, the global circus is now a canvas for light, movement, robotics, and projection. It embraces AR, VR, narrative arcs, and becomes less about what's risky and more about what's resonant. But what about India? India has a deep, if fading, tradition of circus excellence. The Great Bombay, Gemini, Rambo, these weren't just acts. They were institutions. Today, that legacy is fragmented. Performers often appear solo on reality shows, self-taught, via YouTube, shaped by algorithms more than gurus. And yet, potential remains. In productions like Oru Pumalakatha, we see myth, ecology, and circus in dialogue, telling Indian stories with Indian rhythm through a new circus lens. Professor Pillai shows us how the circus is evolving as a business too. Revenue doesn't come just from ticket counters. There are residencies, workshops, brand collaborations, and a digital audience to cultivate. Acts are now animal-free, ethically produced, and often designed for reuse. It's a performing art, but also a design challenge, a logistics exercise, and a creative economy. He points to Canada's National Circus School, where acrobats, designers, riggers, and storytellers train with discipline and care. India, he suggests, needs something similar, because circus isn't just for entertainment. It's now used in education, therapy, even community empowerment. And the article closes not with lament, but with vision. In his own works, Clowns and Clouds, Talatum, Oru Pumalakatha, Professor Pillai blends theatre, circus, and meaning. He's not asking us to save the circus. He's showing us what it could become, if we saw it not as vanishing, but as standing at a threshold. In the circus, as in life, there's balance, tension, rhythm, and release. And maybe that's why it matters, because it reminds us that even professions built on risk can find new forms of grace. What makes a brand last? Not just for a decade, but for over a century. In his review of Tata Stories, 40 Timeless Tales to Inspire You by Harish Bhatt, V. Raghuraman explores not just a book, but a legacy. The Tata Group is many things: an industrial giant, a philanthropic powerhouse, a symbol of trust. But at its core, it's a collection of human choices, small decisions that shaped big outcomes. This book, as he notes, doesn't read like a corporate memoir. It reads like a series of stories, quiet moments of courage, resilience, empathy, and foresight. From Jamsetji Tata's early vision to the creation of TCS, Titan, and Tata Tea, these stories are as much about principle as they are about performance. What stands out in Raghuraman's review is how the book avoids spectacle and instead focuses on values. The choice to walk away from opportunistic profits, the patience to build long-term institutions, the insistence on purpose, even when profit was tempting. This isn't mythology, it's management with character. The stories remind us that leadership isn't always loud. Sometimes it's quiet, consistent, and deeply human. And in a world that often celebrates disruption, Tata Stories reminds us of the power of continuity with conscience. In this episode of Issue 3, we explored two ends of the spectrum: a profession in need of support and a legacy that offers it. From the reinvented ring of the Indian circus to the timeless integrity of the Tata story, we are reminded that performance and leadership are both acts of design. You've been listening to Management Voice, the audio edition brought to you by Dhanlakshmi Bank, Hycon India Limited, Box Push India Private Limited, and Elite Foods. Until next time, stay curious, stay inspired.